and the first up is Bharat Highways InvIT, and that has their IPO has opened for subscription today. It's a 2,500 crore rupee IPO that has opened for subscription. We'll get the management in shortly. That is a price band of 98 to 100 rupees a share, and as you can see, it's a 2,500 crore IPO, and prior to the IPO opening, the Infrastructure Investment Trust has garnered 826 crores from several anchor investors, including ICICI Prudential, Quant MF, and HDFC Mutual Fund, among others. To discuss more on this, we are now joined by Mr. Amit Singh, who is the CEO of GR Highways Investment Managers, which is the investment manager for this public offering. Mr. Singh, good morning. Thank you so much for joining in. You could tell us more about the business per se. What is the annuity income that you've generated so far, and what is the projected pipeline that you are expecting going forward as well?
Sure. So thanks for having on the on this webcast. So actually, in terms of if I talk about annuity for this FY24, we are almost going to receive 960 odd crores of the annuity. In terms of numbers for FY25, this annuity numbers are going to be in the range of 1,000 odd crores, and again, this range of almost 950 odd crores is going to be in this for FY26. In terms of but just one thing I would want to touch upon is basically this is not only the 7 assets InvIT what we are talking about. We are talking about the right of first offer arrangement which we have with GR Infra, which is the largest road contractor of the country. So as per that ROFO agreement, 23 more HAM assets, which will be, InvIT will have a ROFO on, and it's, all these 23 assets are of course at a different stages of development now. And going forward, as and when these assets will get completed, and the 1 year of the operation life will be over, InvIT, it can come to InvIT's fold. So this 23 assets, which InvIT expects, basically that over the next 3 to 4 years, it should come to this InvIT, which eventually will solve 2 purposes. It will have, a decent pipeline in terms of supplying road projects to this InvIT. And point number 2 is basically our InvIT's, the length, basically, the lifeline gets extended by further 4-5 years. And just on, not even that, we also got into a ROFO agreement with GR where whatever GR will develop over the next 5 years under this road segment, that also will have a, InvIT will have a ROFO on that. That means
so, Amit,
up to,
Amit, because you've given us lots of data points, let me just come in over there. If
sure.
I got that right, you're saying that you are expecting to add another 23 assets from GR Infra itself. And this is over the next 3 years, right?
Over the next 3 to 4 years, yeah.
3 to 4 years. So you also told us that the annuity income in FY25 should be around 1,000 crores. So over the next 3-4 years, as you add these 23 assets, then what is the targeted annuity income that you're looking at?
See, I, basically not, basically not able to give you the, projections numbers because this 23 assets, as in will keep getting added. Of course, I'll have a more revenue. As part of the offer agreement, the offer document what we have filed, we are just talking about the 7 assets, which is a part of the formation transaction. We can just talk about here, but then you can see that, right? The 7 asset, this is the number. So as and when then this over the next 3-4 years, when this 23 assets will get added, of course, the numbers will go, much higher side. Yeah.
So, okay. So that is in terms of the asset addition side, but tell us what happens to the debt as well, because typically, a lot of the infrastructure projects, they do have big amounts of debt associated with it. So with the 7 assets that you have today, what is the total debt and what's the kind of debt profile that you're comfortable maintaining as you keep adding more assets?
No, I think, it's a very pertinent question. And, basically in InvIT, generally what we look at leverage, which is like, is debt to your enterprise value. So right now we have almost 27 crores, the value of debt across these 7 projects. And as a part of the issue proceeds, 2,500 crores, what we are proposing to raise, almost 2,400 crores will be used to pay this, this debt down, and around 1127 odd crores will be raising at the InvIT level. So I can tell you on the post-issue basis, we will be, basically operating at a leverage of 20%. And as per the SEBI InvIT regulation, it allows me to go up to 49% initially. And of course, subject to 6 successful distribution, and I should remain as a AAA. I can go up to 70% of the leverage. So right now you see, we are just 20% almost, and we can go up to 49 initially in the first phase, and then up to say 70. And 70, suppose even I don't go, I'll just have a margin of safety, say 65. I can raise almost 7.5 thousand crores of the debt, and can acquire the further assets, which is a part of the ROFO, which is GR assets or maybe non-GR assets. And after that, maybe I may have to again come down to the market today, the further out of equity. But debt-wise, leverage-wise, if you see the post-issue basis, while authority allows me for 49%, we are at a 20% leverage level, which is very comfortable. Yeah.
But would there be any debt reduction happening at the listed entity basis for GR Infra as well? And part two of my question is that you also have an understanding with GR Infra for a right of refusal to first right of refusal to buy projects. So are there any projects that you have identified that you plan on acquiring?
Yeah. So, of course, see at GR Infra level, of course, you have 35-27 crores of the debt, which is sitting across these 7 SPVs, right? So once InvIT buys these assets, of course, the debt at the console level of GR, that should come down because, the entity are getting shifted to InvIT. So, why should, of course, these debts will also get shifted. So, of course, at the GR level, there's a lot of balance sheet improvement at the console level. For the InvIT, out of this 23 assets, while it's a different stage of development, but like, first project what we are talking about, GR Aligarh Kanpur, that is almost, the second annuity is expected to receive some, very soon. And they are, we are looking at acquiring that asset itself, maybe in say around, maybe June, July type, there's a timeline we are looking at. So, of course, asset acquisition will be as soon as, once the asset will start getting constructed, will be, 1 year will pass by. And InvIT will, keep taking that. Other than that, of course, InvIT is also looking at non-GR assets where we see a lot of opportunities outside GR as well. And we have started evaluating those opportunities as well. Yeah.
Okay. So, just leave us with an outlook on the kind of return that the InvIT will hope to offer to its investors. I'm looking at the revenue profile. I mean, revenue has been, actually it's declined. FY22 to FY23, there's a dip in the revenue, but the profitability has jumped. FY24, you're saying that, I think you'll do about 1,000 crores in terms of, total annuity. So what is the kind of return profile that investors can expect from this Bharat Highways InvIT?
Bharat Highways InvIT. See, still as you're aware, the book building process is on. While we received 826 crores almost of anchor demand yesterday, but I'm not supposed to be telling that until the my entire process is on. But I can tell you, I can give you a range. So if you see a 10-year GSEC right now trading around 707, if a 12-13 years paper of a PSU of this similar profile trading around 735, 740 levels. And we are the guidance what we are giving in the market almost I can say in the range because at the ballpark almost 400 bits higher than that range what they say the 12-13 years of PSU will be trading at. So that is the kind of range. And in terms of actually revenue, what you need to see is that how happens is this HAM assets here, the balance annuities which are received from NHAI, they actually gets considered as a financial asset under Ind AS. So if you see the profitability and revenue might be, it's a little confusing. I must admit that. But we should look at, say, the revenue, what we are going to receive, inflows we are going to receive as annuity. So while FY22, that number was 638 odd crores, then FY23, this is 861, which is almost for 24 is going to be 960, and then maybe 2025, which will be 1,000 odd crores, and again it will be 950. But see, we just don't need to look at this 7 assets because of course, as and when the assets will move closer to their basically end of concession period, of course revenue will keep coming down. That's the reason to take care of this thing. This ROFO agreement has been entered, and of course, as and when new asset will get added, incremental revenues from those additional assets will also keep getting added, and this concern of the revenue coming down will be taken care of because we just can't look at the 7 assets from a 7 assets perspective. InvIT, you have to just keep looking from the incremental asset perspective because it is going for a non-ending kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, Amit, good luck to you and all the plans there. We look forward to more conversations once the InvIT is listed. We'll take a break on that note.